Hi class, in this video I want to show you how to create a customer sales invoice. So I'm working in chapter 3 and I'm on page 153, and in the memo box it has us prepare some invoices for some of our customers. So I'm going to go over the first three. It says Gloria Gucci made a reservation for her dog Mishka for 1 day of day camp. Create invoice 1029. Remember, in these memo boxes, it gives you the transaction, and then several pages after the transaction, it will show you how to enter the data, how to enter the transaction. It will have red boxes on information that you need to check. So the style of the textbook, it's kind of, setting it up as a tutorial showing you how to do these assignments. So in order to create a customer invoice, you're going to click on this new button, and then under customers you're going to select invoice. The customer name, you're going to enter, you could enter first name, last name, doesn't matter, but it should pop up. And then you can hit the tab key, and that will move the cursor from cell to cell. And now I want to point out the invoice date. Okay, this is the date that you need to change. Use the date given in the textbook except for the year. So the date in the textbook is January 1st, 2019. So we're going to put January 1st, 2022. Okay, remember, change the year to 2022. You're also going to change your invoice number. I want those to match the textbook. That way when I grade it will be easier. And for you as well, when you're looking at the textbook and it references invoice number 1029, that's also going to match your invoice in QuickBooks 1029. Okay, so remember, Mishka, we're working on that dog, that invoice for 1 day of day camp. So if you start typing in day camp, it should pop up. This list, let me backspace it out. This list is the product or service list that you imported in chapter 2. So you're selecting day camp, and it was for 1 day, so the quantity stays at 1, and we're charging Gloria $30. And they want you to put a message on this invoice. Thank you for your business. And then you will click that down arrow in that bottom right hand corner, and you can click Save and New. Save and New will save this invoice and it will bring up a new invoice, or you can click Save and Close. Save and Close will still save the current invoice, but it will close the invoice menu out. Okay, so I'm going to do another invoice for on page 153 for Pamela Vines. So I'm going to click Save and New, and you see how it jumps to another new invoice. So I'm going to start typing in Pamela. Pamela Vines comes up, and I'm clicking Tab. Invoice date, January 1, 2022. Invoice number, it now should start in order. So the next one should be 1031, 1032, and so on. The product, let's see, Pamela Vines, I'm reading in the textbook again on page 153. Pamela Vines brought her dog Wolf for 10 one-hour sessions of training, and it's invoice 1030. So if you start typing in training, look what comes up. Majority of the time, this is where students get points taken off if their invoices are incorrect because of a training. Maybe you've selected training 1, training 2, or training 3. The key to get this right is you have to read the description. Okay, so in the book, it says Pamela Vines brought in her dog for 10 one-hour sessions of training. So it would be training 3. Okay, 10 one-hour sessions. The quantity stays at 1. Okay, that's built into the price. That is because we selected training 3, we know that it is 10 one-hour sessions, and see the price is $650. So that's the invoice for Pamela Vines. We're going to click Save and New because we're going to do another one. Okay, last one, Eric Perez brought in his dog Frank for 3 days of boarding. So start typing, oh, not Frank, that's the dog's name. Eric, there's Eric. And hitting tab, going through January 1, 2022, invoice number is 1031. Okay, the product or service is boarding. So if you type in boarding and then hit tab, now you're going to change the quantity because in the book it says we boarded Frank for 3 days. So change your quantity to 3. So the price or the total invoice is $165. Okay, and then you are going to, since that's the last one on this page and I want to show you something else, I'm going to click Save and Close. Okay. Before I do that, look what happens. Look at what we're doing here. We're creating a customer invoice. Think back to Accounting 120. When a customer came into our store, and in 120, some of the problems we worked on, customers came in and we did a service for that customer and we sent them a bill. Okay, think about the journal entry involved. The journal entry was accounts receivable went up and service revenue went up. Okay, so I want to, oops, let me get out of that. Oh, let me go back. Let me see if it's saved. I was in Perez. I may have to do that one again. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that one again because I clicked on something without saving. So let me do that one more time real quick. 1031 boarding. Change it to 3. Okay, so let me save and close. And now I want to show you the journal. I'm putting the dates 01 01 22 01 to 01 22. Okay, this is the journal entry that was recorded by us completing that invoice. So invoice 1029 for Gloria Gucci, accounts receivable went up, and services day camp went up by $30. So this is the journal entry that QuickBooks recorded because we entered that invoice. I'll show you the invoice. You can click on 1029 and it will go to the actual invoice that we entered. Okay. So this is the cool thing about accounting software. Because we entered information on this invoice, a journal entry was automatically recorded. Okay, so let me close that out. And this is the journal entry. Pamela Vines, AR, accounts receivable went up. She still owes us $650. And the services, it was specifically for training. So asset goes up, accounts receivable, and the service revenue goes up. So asset going up is a debit, revenues going up is a credit. Okay, so all of these 3 journal entries, again, were recorded because we entered an invoice. So that is how you create invoices. This video was on page 153 of the textbook, or the transactions came from page 153 of the textbook. So you've got more transactions. That's what chapter 3 is all about, recording sales. Okay. The next set of due transactions is on page 169. Okay, so hopefully this video helps. If you have any questions, by all means send me an email. Be specific. Tell me what page you're on, what transaction you're on, and I'll be happy to help. I'll post another video on how to create a sales receipt, which is different from an invoice. All right, that is the end of this video. Hope this helps.